No, man, it's true. I stole it, man. I took credit for it because I'm not actually funny.
It's not funny, though.
That isn't funny. Yes, it is!
Come on, man. Do you know what it's like? Being a comedian but not being funny?
That's funny.
What? What's funny?
Not like funny haha, like funny weird.
We can't laugh at your clowning if we're concerned about you.
Are you gonna eat with these?
Hey, no.
Hey, I'm gonna stick these in my nose.
So funny.
Everybody always calls Druski one of the funniest people on the internet. But is he really that funny? Why does his comedy still feel like it's, I don't know,
Trapped online.
like Borat did the whole fake character thing already. He and Peele did the sketches. André did the chaos. So what exactly is Druski doing differently anyway? This is Catfish Characters, where we look at the image people bought into and compare it with what's actually going on behind it. Let's get right into this. And I don't want to confuse anyone. Druski
Is funny.
okay? I'm not gonna sit here and act like the man has never made me laugh. Like, that is not true. He has timing, he has presence, he understands the awkwardness, you know, he knows how to make people uncomfortable, and that becomes the content. But there's levels to comedy, you know what I mean? There's funny clips, there's funny on the Instagram Live, there's funny when someone is being awkward, and then there's, can you carry a movie funny? Can you carry a show funny? Can you write something people quote 10 years from now? You think Druski can do that? Can you be funny when there's no guest, no viral moment, no random person embarrassing themselves? That is the real test. Because the internet will call somebody a comedy legend after 3 viral clips and a funny hat. Like, relax, guys. That's not what a legend is. That's just someone with good timing and who watches a lot of TikTok, all right? Druski is
Internet famous funny.
but is he put the whole movie on your back funny? That's a whole different weight class, no pun intended. And that's where we gotta stop acting brand new with this guy. Druski did not invent fake character comedy, okay? He did not invent awkward interviews. He did not invent putting real people in uncomfortable situations. That lane has been open. Take Borat, for instance. Borat was doing the fake character comedy thing in real world situation and exposing how people act when they don't know that they're part of the joke. Key and Peele, they were making characters with actual writing, structure, setup, escalation, and punchlines that really hit every time almost. And André, my personal favorite, built a whole brand around chaos interviews where the comedy feels like the guest accidentally walked into some like mental asylum or something and there's someone interviewing them. That's what it feels like when these guys approach comedy. So when people talk about Druski like he invented the format, I'm a little bit confused, okay? Because the real question is he pushing it forward, all right? Or did he just make the internet version shorter, louder, easier to clip, more, TikTok friendly? Did he do that? Because I wouldn't argue with you if you were saying that, but he's not elevating anything, not to me. Druski didn't invent awkward character comedy. He just made it vertical, viral, and easier to repost. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that, all right? I'm not saying that that's not a skill within itself, but it's not a legendary skill. Let's compare it, okay? Borat wasn't just a look at this weird guy. The character was ridiculous, yes, but the reaction exposed something. It exposed racism, it exposed ignorance, it exposed awkward social behavior. People saying the wildest stuff because they didn't know that they were a part of the joke, because they thought the situation was safe enough for them to do so. There was a point under the madness that Borat brought to the screen, right? With Druski, sometimes the point just feels like,
Look at this person being awkward, or look at this person, he's getting cooked, I'm cooking him, they're getting cooked and they don't even know they're being cooked by Druski.
Like, oh, look at this person, they think they're about to be famous because Druski is saying he's gonna sign them. Like, okay, that can be funny, but it has to have layers. Is it saying something? Or is it just embarrassment? Is he taking someone's hopes and dreams and turning them into a viral moment? I mean, if we're talking about that, even that's been done before. Have you guys ever watched the outtakes of American Idol?
I no longer need this. Late at night when all the world of you tonight till tomorrow.
your heart, really think you can sing?
I'm not a singer.
Oh, wow.
Even if I don't sing, I can be the next American Idol.
Why?
And you want to know why?
Yeah, I'd love to know why.
You want to know why?
Yeah.
Because I've never sung before. And so you can teach me how to sing.
Huh?
Yes.
These people behind you, just turn around. See these 5 winners? They had one thing in common. They were all great singers. This is a singing competition.
You know what, Randy? Yes, these people can sing.
Yeah.
Yes, they can. But I could be the only American Idol who has never sang before. And you guys are gonna regret this.
So you got what you wanted. You got some fame out of it.
That's not what I wanted. Are you kidding? I wanted to be the next American Idol.
Thanks, Sarah.
I have become friends with these guys. I have become friends with Ray and Jen and Bill the security guy because I have been here forever.
I mean, the people who got denied, that's hilarious. I mean, Druski's really just doing the same thing, if you ask me. And then, what about Key and Peele? That's a whole different standard, right? Their sketches weren't just random characters doing random things, okay? They had structure. The joke started somewhere, built up, and then flipped on you in the end. That's why so many people remember them. That's why so many of their sketches still live on today. I know at least 100 of you guys can quote at least 5 or 10 things from the Key and Peele show. You know, you can rewatch those sketches over and over and over. They had characters, but the writing carried the characters, okay? With Druski, a lot of the comedy depends on the situation. Who's in the room? Who's saying something crazy? Who gets nervous? Who starts sweating? That's funny sometimes, but it's a different kind of funny. Because if the other person doesn't give him something he can work with, what does he have left? He's cooked. You know? That's where the catfish starts showing in him for me, okay? Maybe Druski isn't always the funniest person in the room, I think, sometimes when I see a lot of his sketches. You know, maybe he's just the best at making the room awkward enough to feel funny after something happens. And I'm not saying that that's not a skill within itself. Don't get me wrong. It does take a lot of, skillful comedic timing to do something like that. Druski builds situations and hopes someone in the room starts fighting for their dignity. That's how he works. Now, André, which is one of my personal favorites, that man made chaos feel like an art form, okay? His interviews feel like the guest walked into the wrong dimension, but there's structure in it underneath. Even in the craziest situations, it was organized in a way. The madness was planned, the discomfort was controlled, the chaos had direction. Druski's kind of chaos sometimes feels more like...
Let's turn the camera on and see who falls first.
It's very lazy. And again, that can work online. That can work on a live stream. But, that really works best for like clips. But does it work as a long form comedy? I don't know. I don't believe so. Does it work without the internet reacting in real time? That's the real question here. Now, here's where the argument gets a little serious with me. If Druski is really one of the funniest people out, right? Where is the big mainstream comedy project, okay? Where is the show people quote like Chappelle Show? Where's the movie where he's not just a funny side character or popping up in a scene? Where is the Kevin Hart style leap, for him? And to be fair, Druski has done projects. I'm not going to pretend like he hasn't done anything. Coulda Been House launched on YouTube in 2024 as a series built around Druski and Coulda Been Records crew. YouTube promoted it as a full creator-led show. Kudos to him. I give him props for that. He also has films and TV credits including House Party, Praise This, and Grownish. But this public image is still mainly internet comedy. It's internet, creator, personality type. He's not like a comedy lead for a big budget movie, nor does he seem that way. So the question is fair. Is the industry sleeping on Druski? Or does his comedy just work best inside the internet ecosystem? Because being funny in clips is one thing. Carrying a whole movie is different. Being the funniest person on Instagram is not the same as being the reason people buy movie tickets. And that's the rant. I want to thank you guys for coming. and watching the video all the way through. If you want to support me, please subscribe to this channel. It would mean the world to me. If you like the video, please like the video. I have more videos like this on the channel right now for you to watch. They're probably popping up in one of these corners. Go watch that video. It's great. Thank you so much. And again, if you guys run into Druski dressed up like some type of creature or personality, before you start interacting with them, remember to always pay your rent.